We wrote this book because it's the book we wish we had when we were younger. We wrote it because we wanted to empower teenage girls, and we want to show them that they already have the tools they need to make a great life happen. It's all right there.
And we've noticed for so long how many people we know get stuck in bad situations. They constantly complain about the stuff they don't have, and we really feel like it's become a habit for them, and the habit of complaining is what's keeping them stuck. Making a great life happen isn't that hard, and we wanted to get this information out to girls who are really starting to figure it all out so that they can get where they want to now rather than 20 years from now. The focus factor is really simple. Your thoughts have energy, and whatever you focus your energy on is what you get. So complaining about how you never make the tennis team will keep you off the tennis team, and focusing on how much you'd love to play tennis and how great it would feel to make the team will get your energy in the right place to make it happen. Plus, you're more likely to practice when you're feeling better about your goal.
So obsessing about how awful you are at math won't make studying very pleasant or productive. Your energy's just not in a good place to make an A happen when you're completely stressed out. We want girls to recognize when they need to change their focus so they can stop spinning in circles and actually achieve their goals. We use the analogy of an Evite in the book because your energy works just like an Evite to the universe. You are inviting exactly what your energy is focused on, and the catch is that the universe's RSVP is always yes. So if you spend a lot of time thinking about how guys never like you, well, that's an Evite, and that Evite reads, boys never like me, and the universe's RSVP is yes.
But if you focus your energy on how great it would feel to have a guy like you, and you can really imagine it and get excited about it, well, that's an Evite too. So the Evite reads, there's someone out there who's perfect for me, and the RSVP is yes. In fact, the RSVP is always yes. So the trick is to be careful where you're focusing. The most common things that girls do to keep themselves from getting what they want, and it's not just girls, it's guys and old ladies, everyone does it, is complaining. Complaining keeps you stuck exactly where you are because all of your focus is on what you don't want. Once you start the habit of hanging with the evil stepsisters, who we like to refer to as bitching and moaning, you're focusing all your energy on your big butt or your lame parents. The Evite is sent, and the RSVP is yes.
And the thing is, we're all so guilty of complaining, and why wouldn't we be? We live in a culture that focuses on problems, and all you have to do is pick up a newspaper or turn on the TV, and you'll get bombarded by everything that's wrong in our world. So just try to resist the temptation to join what we like to call the army of complainers. Just don't go there, and instead try to refocus on what you do want, and you'll get a lot more of what you do want faster.
It seems like it should be really easy to do this because the concept is pretty straightforward. But habits are really hard to break, and thought habits may be the hardest to break because they often go on without your noticing. They say it takes about 28 days to break a habit, so our book has a 4-week day planner and journal in the back where you can keep track of what you need to do every day and also work on changing your energy about what you want.
And we also have lots of quizzes and exercises along the way so you can kind of figure out where your energy is already on regarding a lot of this stuff. And we used the planner ourselves when we were looking for an agent and trying to get a book deal, and it was really helpful. We find that these tools are great for keeping you organized and focused on the big picture and finding balance in your life. And it's a great tool for reflecting and for really staying focused on your goals.
If you don't know what you want, then you're like a lot of people. Sometimes the hardest part of getting what you want is narrowing down exactly what you want. And you may want to be a great athlete, but you hate going to practice, and there's not enough time in the day for sports and your job on the school newspaper, which you also really love. So what exactly do you want? It's like right before your birthday when your parents ask you, what do you want for your birthday? And you've been asking them for stuff forever, but just now you can't decide. Really figuring out what you want requires you to listen to your inner voice.
But the thing is, figuring out what we want and don't want is actually something we do on an everyday basis without even realizing it. In fact, we like to think of figuring out what you want as a lot like downloading music from iTunes. When you go to iTunes, you may start listening to a few samples, and by the time you're a few seconds into it, you pretty much know whether or not you're going to buy the song that you are listening to. You may not be able to explain why it appeals to you, it just does. So you pay to download the entire song. And if you don't like it, you move on, or you'll just listen to another sample. No big deal, right? We do this all the time. So we like to think of life experiences as you would songs that you could sample and download to your playlist if you like them. It really is supposed to be a ton of fun. A lot of people think the idea here is to just focus on what you want and wait for it to roll in. We wish. And sadly, we're not all born to sit around making wishes. You have to put the clicker down, get up off the couch, and meet the universe halfway. So if you want to be a prima ballerina and you've never put on a tutu, it's not going to happen for you. And if you'd like to make new friends but you won't talk to people, it's not going to happen for you. There are no free rides here, unfortunately.
But it's interesting that if you start to get excited about something and really start to get your energy moving with it, you do actually start to feel motivated to take the steps you have to take to make it happen. So when you're sitting around feeling out of shape, you aren't inspired to go for a run. But if you really get thinking about how energized you'll feel when you're in great shape, you start lacing up your running shoes without even knowing it.